Failure or defeat or success and victory with Zepbound weight loss. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I have been blessed to be the last 18 months of my life, last year and a half of my life on Mounjaro and then Zepbound. I'm trying to pull up a before and after pictures so you guys can see. Being morbidly obese to now just simply overweight. My life has changed dramatically. It's actually 90 pounds down. Probably more than that, but I've been building a ton of muscle and just got back from Pilates. And was getting dressed. I'm still getting dressed. I'm in my robe. Literally, I was in my robe getting dressed. And I was reading a comment, and I'm going to cry reading this. Like, one of our viewers wrote this in my video talking about my Oura Ring. It was my Oura Ring review of how it's been helpful for me and like the pros and the cons of why you shouldn't get it or if you're on this one track, why you should get it. Good video. And in the video, one of our amazing viewers, Denise, had commented. So Denise, literally, it makes me think of the Wicked, the musical Wicked, the quote, "You've changed my life for good," because I knew you. And I don't mean to get emotional, but this was like super emotional for me. And I'm going to explain why. It can either be a victory or a defeat for you on your Mounjaro weight loss journey, Zepbound weight loss journey, WEGOVY weight loss journey. Denise wrote in the comments, a question for you, Special Countess. When you said restorative time, so to give context on the Oura Ring in the app, it shows restorative time or stress time. There's two different times that you can have, and then there's just like regular time. But the stressful time, it obviously is important to note the pattern recognition of that. And same thing for restorative time, meaning rejuvenation, rebuilding your body, relaxation, things like that. And I had made a comment in the video that I had noticed the pattern recognition. Pattern recognition is one of my things, which is why I always like people to comment on my YouTube videos. So I get to know people better because of the pattern recognition. One of the things that I was noticing is I always have, not always because that's a superlative, most often have restorative time when I'm eating. There's these pockets and I'm like, dadgummit, like I wish, and I had said in the video, I wish that my restorative time wasn't associated with food. I wish it was like something else. It was the gist I was getting to, and I was like, that's something I'm going to need to work on, of not having all of my restorative time. And for me, I was thinking I need to do more prayer meditation, which I do. But I thought it was interesting that for me, the standout for my restorative time was when I was eating. And so Denise wrote, and this like literally makes me so emotional. I'm trying like not to cry because I was crying before as I was reading, and I was like, I gotta come on because this is gonna help somebody. Denise is gonna help thousands of people today. So Denise, thank you for speaking up and thank you for saying this because you're gonna help a lot of people today, me included. She said, when you said your restorative time is when you're eating, I immediately thought, how wonderful. How wonderful Elizabeth has changed her relationship with food so dramatically that it's become quiet, relaxed, and enjoyable time for her, not a response to stress. Or you wouldn't have seen it as restorative, and the Oura Ring actually would have come up as stress. Like, it tracks that stuff. It will tell you like if your body's having a natural response to stress or restorative time. She says, just saying, girlfriend, sounds like a good witch, not a bad witch to me. And like, this hits me so deeply. And I know some of you will not be able to relate at all. If you're not able to relate at all, you can scroll onto one of my other videos. But for people who have chronic obesity management and are taking GLP-1 medication because of chronic obesity management, to be able to have the change with my relationship with food, because my relationship with food was so unhealthy. It was so unhealthy. Like, looking at this woman before, morbidly obese, I had a really unhealthy relationship with food, and I've tried for decades to heal that relationship with food and continue to fall up short until having GLP-1 medication has been the only thing in my life that has been sustainable. The last year and a half of my life have been some of the best. And so to make this change, as Denise pointed out, and sometimes it takes somebody else to point it out in you, to see it in yourself. And so thank you, Denise. Like, you saying this has helped me have this revelation today, and I really wanted to point it out along my journey. And I hate crying on camera. I feel so weak crying on camera, but I'm doing it because my intention is to hopefully help somebody else. And I do believe, before I came on, I was like, this is going to help a lot of people. If it's helping me this much and I'm having this much of a visceral response, it's going to help somebody else too. But changing my relationship with food to be quiet, relaxed, and enjoyable, not a response to stress. And so for me, food had previously been, for decades, such a stressful pocket. Eating in front of other people, trying not to eat as much so people wouldn't judge me for the quantity in which I ate. or eating by myself completely at nighttime because it was like the one time to relax and a reward for being so good, quote, all day. And then eating copious amounts of food, like 3,000 calories. And there was no way, not only could I not lose weight, in fact, I would gain weight because of the amount and quantity of food in which I was consuming. To have that horrible, like it literally was like the pits of hell. I would not wish that relationship with food and the way that I ate to anyone. It was horrible. There was pockets of where it was good. And if you're OG and you see me on like eating keto and things like that, that was like one of the first times I'm like, there was pockets of really peaceful eating. Like, oh, this is what it feels like to be full. And now I have that all the time on GLP-1 medication. When I eat protein and when I'm eating like the right macros and stuff, I feel that so much on a daily basis of like, oh, this is what my relationship is like with food. But not to have it be this like pits of hell and to be like quiet, relaxed, and peaceful while I'm eating and enjoying my food and savoring my food. Like, what a gift. Like, what a gift to go from such a horrible, bad place with eating now to a year and a half later to be like, oh, I'm full. Oh, I can enjoy something and savor something and stop and not eat the whole thing. So, for example, there's a company called Happy Hour, and they had reached out to me to like, hey, we'll give you a free box for free to try it and see what you think. And I liked it. And then I've been buying it after they sent me the free box. I've been buying it because I really like it so much. And it's a charcuterie board and a charcuterie box. And so it just came today. My husband like texted me. He's like, I made you coconut crunch coffee, which is one of my favorites from the Outer Banks. They have coconut crunch coffee there. And I'll make you some coconut crunch coffee, and also your charcuterie board came. And he's like, you want to open it because it's 100+ degrees today, like go ahead and like get it in the refrigerator. And so I opened it, and it has cheeses and charcuterie meats and crackers and nuts, and it's delicious. And I started eating it, and I had a piece of each of the cheese and some of the meat, and I was really enjoying and savoring it. And I had so much fun. I was filming it. I was just giddy. I was like, this is so much fun. My husband walked in, and I'm like, I'm having so much fun, like trying all these different things. And then I was like, I'm full. I'm full. And for people who don't know what that feels like to have, I would have before eaten this whole thing. The whole thing, and had such guilt, shame, and condemnation about eating the whole thing, to now being like, oh my god, I stopped. I was full. I had some. I savored it. I enjoyed it, and I was able to like stop and like really embrace in the moment. And I was so giddy. My husband and I were like sharing. They had praline pecans. And if you're interested, by the way, you guys always know for the Countess shopping community, I always negotiate discounts for everybody. So I'll put a discount code down on, it's probably Queen, but I'll put a discount code down on the description link below for you guys. If you're interested in it, I've been buying mine because I love it so much. I highly recommend. But to be able, like, that's just one example out of thousands that I've had the last year and a half of my life of like, my life has changed so much. I would have eaten this whole freaking thing before. In fact, I probably wouldn't have ordered it because I knew I wouldn't have the restraint to stop. I would have had 3 logs of cheese in one sitting and still not have been, like, still been ravenous. And I was able to have nibbles of all of it. I repackaged it all, put it back in the refrigerator, and when my son comes home, I'll give him some. But, like, I'm good. I really enjoyed it, and I really savored it. And it was so much fun. It was like a little picnic, like a little midday lunch picnic. And my husband came at the tail end of it, and that was like fun. And then he made me my coconut crunch coffee afterwards. And like, but I was able to stop. And that, to go back to Denise's comment, she wrote about it, is quiet, relaxed, enjoyable time. And like, for me, it was this like healthy, this is the representation of this. I'm not all the way there yet, but I'm really, really far along in my relationship with food of being able to enjoy and savor something and feel like I have control over it. Before GLP-1 medication, I didn't think, and I'm so embarrassed I'm crying all the way through this, but I'm trying not to like hold myself back. I'm trying not to like stop crying and make myself stop crying. I'm just trying to let it go. For what I'm really feeling as I process this moment, because this really is one of those moments of where I can like, I've walked so far and I can look back on the journey and be like, I've come a long way. Like GLP-1 medication, Eli Lilly has helped save my life and change my life. And like, I had no idea when I started this medication with first Mounjaro, then Zepbound, now Compound, and I'm going back to Zepbound. how much my life has changed as a result of GLP-1 medication, that I can enjoy something and not feel torment. Because before it was literally torture, torment, and why am I so weak, and why can't I get this eating thing under control? I'm so successful in every area of my life, of business and being a wife and a mom and all these things, but yet I can't get this juggernaut of food under control. And now to be happy, joyous, and free, and to feel freedom and release of bondage of self, of not consuming food so badly. Like, what a gift. What a gift. And so if you are thinking about starting this medication, you're just started this medication, or you've been on this medication for a while, I hope that this gives some sort of inspiration of me looking like an idiot crying on the internet, but hopefully gives some sort of encouragement of my life has changed so much. And I never thought this would be possible for me. I literally thought, oh, I'm in my 40s, that this is just my life now. Like, this is what my life is going to be. I'm going to have to continuously keep hiding me eating late at night, and then hiding the wrappers afterwards, because I'm so embarrassed for my husband to see that I've eaten 6 Snicker bars in a sitting. Like, torturous, torturous. And now to be able to savor and enjoy and to be happy and then stop. I used to feel like once I started, I couldn't stop, hence the 6 Snicker bars. Of like, at like Halloween, I'd steal my kids' candy. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, I'd steal my kids' candy, copious amounts of me. Like, Mom, where did blah, blah, blah go? I'm like, I don't know, but I knew. Like, I knew, and I'm so sorry to my son. Like, it's embarrassing that I say that about my son. Like, just one example of many with food, of a really distorted, unhealthy relationship with food. And I can remember that being going back to when I was little. Like, with chronic obesity management, this has been my life, as progressively had gotten worse. And now to be like, I can stop, I can eat something I look forward to. This summer has been awesome in terms of produce here in Virginia, for me to be able to try all. I wish I had a tissue. Do I have a tissue? I feel like I'm just snotting everywhere. I don't know why I didn't bring a tissue in. This summer's been awesome because I've gotten so many produce, and my son was commenting today. I was driving him to camp. We have a refrigerator in our house. Some of you guys have seen it. I posted it. It's like a bodega one, of like a deli, a bodega, it's a deli, of where it's clear glass. So we have our regular refrigerator, but intentionally we have this clear glass refrigerator near our living room, intentionally by design, because it's clear glass. You can see through it for fruits and vegetables. Only fruits and vegetables go in there, pretty much. I'm trying to, like, we don't really I have eggs in there right now too, but normally we don't, because I only want it to be fruits and vegetables. So when my kid goes for a snack, he goes to that refrigerator first. Like, that's, and same thing for us, my husband and I. And it encourages us, we eat a lot of produce. Good fiber consumption, being like having so much protein, being really, really mindful of that fiber consumption. Excuse me. So my son was saying, Mom, we've eaten so much good produce. We had sugar plums, which I thought, oh, like sugar plum fairy, or like sugar plums from like Christmas and stuff. No, it's like sugar plums are a real thing. We had them. They're from a local farm near our house. Sugar plums, yellow plums, nectarines, peaches, blueberries, like all of this, watermelon, cantaloupe, like all of the, and it's so good. It's so good. We were making watermelon with lime. And if you're in my free encouragement group, I was showing a peach compote that I had made. So good. Like, and the peaches were local. Like, they were just they grew right down from my house. And made it into this delicious, and it was high protein too. I put it with Greek yogurt on a protein waffle. If you're in the free group, there's a whole picture of the recipes in the free group. It's so good. But like, prime examples of, last summer, I don't even recall being this excited about produce. And so for us here in Virginia, apple season will start. Honeycrisp apples will start here in like 2 or 3 weeks, where you can go to local orchards and pick them. If you're in Northern Virginia, go over the Appalachian Mountains past Loudoun County. Best orchards in the country. They're so good. Off Route 7, just keep going. So good. And anyways, we're really excited for Honeycrisp apple season. So like, this produce, that's what I'm saying, like this change in lifestyle, going back to the comment of what GLP-1 medication, of having quiet, relaxed, enjoyable time, not a response to stress, of it where it's restoring. Literally, it's restorative energy. Like, what a gift. What a gift. And literally, I had to stop. This coconut crunch coffee is so good. Stop getting ready, because I wanted to talk about this, because I feel like it's really, really important. And if you have been on even for a month I want to encourage you, or longer than that, to pause, or even a week. Pause, stop, and look back from where you've walked from. Because I guarantee you, you've had growth in some sort of capacity. Even if you've had blowout diarrhea, I know some people are talking. Someone in my personal life just started GLP-1 medication. Several people actually, like a lot. Like I can count on a hand of people recently in my like personal life who've texted me. So if you're watching one of them and you're in like my personal life, and someone was talking about they've had really bad side effects or whatever, nausea, diarrhea, constipation, we know that those are totally normal and totally common, but overcoming those, if you don't know how to overcome those, watch some of my other videos, not health provider advice, but just simply my experience, strength, and hope. Even if you've had blowout diarrhea, you can still look back and see that you've come a ways, because there's been certain things that this medication, hopefully for most people, has benefited from. And for me, it's changed my life. It's changed my life. And that's permeated to my job. It's permeated to me being a mom. It's permeated to me being a wife. My husband and I were just talking. We do weekly goals as a couple and like family, household. We do weekly meetings together as a couple, and then monthly, and then quarterly, and then we have yearly goals. So we have goals. Hello, fellow high achievers, alpha, like type A, high achievers. We have goals and benchmarks in which we set. And so one of them, I was like, my wildest dreams have come true. Like, I need to make more goals for myself, because this year and a half, I've done so many cool things. I've taken my son fishing last summer on a charter. I took him on a charter this summer fishing. Just me. My husband gets seasick, so he's not able to come. So it's just my son and I. I did that because I physically could. I couldn't have done that before. Like, the stuff that I've been doing physically beyond my wildest dreams. A friend of mine invited me last weekend to go for a 3-mile walk, and I did that. And it was hot outside. It was like 95 degrees. It was really, really hot here in Virginia. And I did that. Like, these things that I didn't think I could do, I'm doing. And so I want to encourage you, look back on your journey and tell me in the comments, because I really do believe that a comment, like positive comments and negative comments, can spark and be super uplifting and encouraging. And so put down below your comment. I want to know what has been something that's changed for you. And for me, for you, it could be just like a flippant answer, or it could be for me, it like, this touched my soul so deeply, Denise. Thank you so much. Of like, I'm having that restorative, and sometimes it takes someone else to say it for it to sink in, of that restorative in the Aura ring, if you have it, the green chart part of it. That's because I've changed my relationship with food. Still a ways to go, but I've come so far to make it enjoyable. And where I can visualize myself of where I was literally stuffing the food so hard and so fast frequently, that's not my life anymore. I don't do that anymore. I get hungry, and that's the cool thing about this, of now I know what hunger feels like, and now I know what full feels like, and now I also know when to stop. To be able to have this happy hour box with the charcuterie board and be able to stop and not like keep going, it's a gift. It's a miracle, honestly, like truly a miracle. And I know I try not to say this is a miracle. I try not to say that, because it is simply but a tool. This is the other part of it, though, is it is but a tool. It is but a tool. It's but a tool. But I gotta still do the work behind doing the tool, but doing the internal and external. Like, I went to Pilates today. I signed up today with a Pilates instructor to have private Pilates sessions on the Reformer. I had started with walking my dog with Mr. Freddie, who you probably just heard barking, then doing Wild Pilates, and then from Wild Pilates now doing Reformer Pilates. And now I signed up today to work with a private instructor, because I want to get to 1.5, Pilates 1.5, so I can take these different classes that are at better time. Because I'm type A, I need better time for productivity for my job. And you can only be on the 1.5, and you have to earn that. And so I want to earn that, so I'm going to do private sessions. And so anyways, like that never would have happened even 6 months ago. Like, there's been this shift in me, and my life is changing so much, and I'm so grateful. So I wanted to share that with you. This has been pivotal for me. And thank you, Denise, for having the courage and being so kind and taking time out of your day to write this for me. And I also love that you said, it sounds like a good witch, not a bad witch to me, which made me think of, I've been changed. I've been changed for good from knowing you. Like, thank you. Truly, thank you. Like, to say that her relationship with food so dramatically, and that's true. It's been dramatic. And in such a short, I mean, a year and a half is not that long, relatively speaking. So thank you, Denise. Thank you for my heart tears. And I feel like I'm so sloppy doppy. I need to go get a tissue, and I have like snot all coming down my nose, but I wanted to come on and walk through because someone was asking me, and I will do this video too. Somebody had been asking me about body dysmorphia, and I have thoughts on that. And I feel like I have pockets of that, but more so my relationship with food and changing this dynamic of this is what it looks like this, of where I have this epiphany and I cry it out, and then I'm like, okay, next level, like next level. So I feel like we're at Mario 332 level. I've gotten to like the next level in Mario. So I'm really glad I didn't put my fake eyelashes on either, because I would have cried them off. I'm gonna go redo my makeup and go get on my business call now with my like cheeks. Go have my coconut crunch coffee. And if you do go buy, if you do want to have that happy hour discount code, I'll link it down below. It was incredibly, by the way, the price point, it was under $100 for all that food. I forget how much it is. With the discount, it's not expensive relative for what you could buy in the store, even at like Aldi. But at the Jaja stores we have, it's substantially cheaper and way higher quality. So, oh, there was one more thing I wanted to tell you before I, and then we're gonna talk about action steps. I have been testing because someone was asking me about plant-based protein shakes. I'm obsessed with Optimizer's Protein Breakthrough. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. It's 23 grams of protein, 230 calories. It is awesome. I have this after Pilates, and I've been having it a bunch, and so I wanted to recommend this if you're looking for a new protein. I had it with this, plus I put in it. Oh, I don't have it. Oh, here it is. Is that I also put in the mushroom breakthrough. It does not taste like mushrooms at all. I get the salted caramel because I love caramel. 2 scoops of this. I'm putting these in Greek yogurt and freezing it to make a popsicle, a protein popsicle. I'll have the recipe up later in the free encouragement group. So good. So if you're interested in it, I do have a discount code, which is Queen. If you're looking for some protein to try and like popsicle type stuff, I bought popsicle sticks just to like make this recipe with Greek yogurt too. So 2 things. One, what are you doing to, no, 2 things. One is your accountability question. Your accountability question, I would love to know, what are you doing today to move you closer to your goals? 2, our emoji of the day is the letter D for Denise. Denise, put that down below. That'll tell me that you made it this far in the video. If you've made it this long in the video, I do want to get to know you better because I truly do care. And the pattern recognition, that's one of my giftings. The pattern recognition of seeing your name pop up over and over, even with just an emoji, helps me to get to know you better. And I'll also honor Denise, sweet Denise, for writing the nice comment too. Because I do read pretty much, I read everything. I may not respond always, but I do read the comments. And so also the part 2 of that, if you write the letter D down below, is it's like the bat signal for me to pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll uplift you in positive thought. Sweet friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is so delicious. I love you guys so super much, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.